I've always been drawn to abandoned places. At 34, after losing my job as a sound engineer in the city and my girlfriend walking out because you're married to your work, Alex, the silence of empty buildings felt like therapy. Echoes have been my obsession since childhood, recording them in tunnels, caves, old theaters, fascinated by how sound bounces back distorted, carrying fragments of what was said before. That's why, when I found the listing for the old St. Mary's Asylum in rural Pennsylvania, closed since the 80s after scandals of patient abuse and mysterious deaths, I couldn't resist renting it for a month through a shady online ad, the owner never showing his face, just wiring instructions and a key under the mat. The building was massive, 3 stories of brick overgrown with ivy, windows boarded or shattered, the surrounding forest reclaiming the grounds like nature erasing a mistake. I arrived on a foggy October afternoon, the air thick with damp leaves and something metallic I couldn't place, unloading my recording gear, mics, laptops, batteries, into the grand foyer where marble floors were cracked and dust hung like a curtain, my footsteps echoing sharply back at me, clear and immediate, making me smile for the first time in months. The place was a goldmine, long corridors with peeling green paint, patient rooms with rusted bed frames, an auditorium with rows of broken seats facing a stage where echoes would layer beautifully. I set up in the central hall, speaking into the mic testing 1 2 3, the echo returning perfectly 1 2 3, crisp and delayed, the acoustics flawless despite decay. The first few days were paradise. I recorded hours of ambient sound, the wind whistling through broken windows, distant drips from leaking roofs, my own voice experimenting with phrases, the echoes responding faithfully, sometimes overlapping in haunting harmonies that gave me chills of excitement. Emotion crept in during quiet moments. The isolation amplified my loneliness, memories of arguments with Sarah. You care more about sounds than me. Dad's death from cancer when I was 20, his last words, listen to me, son lost in hospital beeps. I spoke them aloud here, the echo returning softer, listen to me, almost comforting, like the building was listening. By week 2, the echoes changed subtly. I'd say hello, and the return would be hello. Who's there? My own voice, but with a questioning lilt I hadn't used, making me pause the recording, checking for interference, but the gear was clean. Suspense built as phrases I muttered in frustration. I'm such a failure came back distorted. You're not alone. The words not mine, the tone consoling it off, like someone imitating comfort poorly. I laughed it off as fatigue, playing back tapes at night in my makeshift camp in the auditorium, headphones on, the building creaking around me like breathing. One stormy night, power from my generator flickering, I recorded a confession about pushing Sarah away, ignoring Dad's calls, burying myself in work to avoid pain, the echo returning not immediately but delayed, layered with whispers, we hear you, we know, my heart racing as I realized the return wasn't echo but response, the building or something in it answering. Emotion flooded, fear mixed with desperate hope. Speaking louder, who are you? The reply, we were left, like you, voices multiplying, male and female, childlike, the suspense peaking as footsteps echoed in corridors though I was alone, mics picking up breathing not mine. I explored deeper, finding patient files in the basement archive, yellowed papers detailing experiments in the 70s, sound therapy gone wrong, patients exposed to recorded traumas until they broke, some committing suicide, others vanishing, notes mentioning echo phenomenon where the building retained voices, replaying them with intent. Horror dawned as I realized the asylum wasn't abandoned, it was alive with trapped souls, echoes not physical but spiritual, feeding on new voices to grow stronger. My recordings fueled them, my pain their invitation. The thrill turned terrifying when echoes began predicting, saying don't go to the east wing before I planned to, then luring come closer when I ignored, finding rooms with fresh blood on walls though no one entered, my own voice echoing back altered join us Alex, be heard forever. Emotion crushed me, guilt for disturbing their rest, loneliness making me almost want to stay. Suspense as lights failed, echoes surrounding in darkness. We remember your father, your Sarah. They left because you're empty. The twist came in the auditorium stage, center of the experiments, recording my final plea let me go. The echo not returning but voices manifesting, translucent figures of patience circling, faces distorted with pain, whispering secrets only I knew, offering stay and never be alone. I ran, corridors shifting, echoes chasing with my own regrets amplified failure, abandoned, empty, until I found the exit boarded from inside, realizing I'd fed them too much, my voice now part of the chorus. But the final twist shattered me, breaking a window to escape, glass cutting deep, blood dripping as I crawled out, driving away in panic, only to play back the last recording days later, my voice pleading, but the response not echoes but Sarah's I never left you, Dad's listen son, the asylum not trapping souls but reflecting the living's unresolved pain, my escape illusion, the building in my mind now, echoes following wherever I go. Whispering truths I can't silence, the horror not ghosts. But self I can't outrun.